We are here in Wetumka, Oklahoma with the Wetumka Power-lifting team, talking here with Coach Wayman Potts, who is the proud leader of this team because they recently competed in the state powerlifting championships. Coach, your team walked away with some hardware, so to speak, and everything. They did very well in that championships. Tell us specifically how they did.
Earlier in the spring, a couple weeks back, we competed in the Oklahoma 8-Man Coaches Association, which consists of Class B and C, approximately 50 schools there with several competitors. We won that meet pretty handily. We had 3 individual champions. We placed a couple more young men. We had 14 compete all together. And then just this past weekend, we went to the Oklahoma Football Coaches Association, which is from Class 6A to Class C. We competed in a small school division. We finished 5th. We were 3 points out of 3rd place. We had an individual champion, and we placed 2 other young men. We only had 5 qualify for that out of regionals. A lot of the other schools, the other schools that per se, the overall champion, everybody that was in front of us were Class 2A, and we're a little bitty Class B school, and I'm really proud of my kids. They really worked hard and achieved a lot this year.
Now, you mentioned specifically individual champion. What was his name?
The individual champion in this past weekend was Derek Moore. He competed in the 181-pound class. He also broke 2 records at the state meet also.
Coach, this has got to be good incentive for you and for the athletes here to know that, the off season, so to speak, not playing football or anything, they're in here in the weight room and, getting ready, but at the same time, an incentive for them to compete in a competition like this. So, in a way, just staying in shape in the off season.
Yes, it is. It's usually sometimes kind of difficult to get young men in to want to work out, but it gives them a desire to be there because of winning championships and things of that nature. And we're very fortunate here with the success that we're having of getting kids in the weight room, not only off-season kids, but kids, we encourage them to play everything here, basketball, football, baseball, but also let's not neglect lifting and getting stronger. If you're stronger than your opponent, you're going to conquer your opponent, and they've bought into that pretty well.
Now, the championships are called powerlifting, but that includes different events like bench press, and what all does it entail?
In the powerlifting, we have 3 lifts. The first lift is the squat, and then we have the bench press, and then we have the deadlift. And then they take the cumulative total of all 3 lifts to define the champion. For example, Derek Moore, this past weekend, they also they break it down. There's 13 classes, I believe, of lifters by pounds. They're 123, 132, 145, and so forth. So they're lifting in a weight class. But they also have those 3 lifts, and they have a small lightweight lifter, and then they have a heavyweight lifter, which breaks off at 181 and up, which Derek Moore won. He won the outstanding bench, squat, and deadlift, and was the meet's overall lifter for the heavyweight lifter. And then, as I said, shattering 2 records. And one record he absolutely shattered. The record was held by a young man that broke it last year. Grivet was his last name, from Hartshorn. Usually when you break records, it's usually 5 or 10 pounds. Derek shattered it by 115 pounds. The old record was 1,415 pounds. Derek totaled 1,530, which actually broke the next weight class above him, in which that's going to be his goal next year, to be in the 198 and break it. So
he did spend a little bit of time in the weight room, sounds like.
He has spent a lot of hours in the weight room, yes, sir.
Well, Coach, a lot of people are going to be taking note of Wetumka then and say, man, they're really strong down there. They're ready to play.
Yes, they are. We're going to have them in shape again for football season, and then when powerlifting comes around next year, we want to bring home the big trophy, which is the overall small school next year, and the opportunity is there. Just all depends on how hard these kids want to work, and weightlifting's over, and I was still here last night at 5 o'clock with the doors open. It's even caught on with our younger kids. I have about 7 6th graders that are in here lifting. Yesterday after school was out, I had 17 kids in here lifting. So it's caught on. I love it. I have nothing to do except sit here and leave this door open. And these are my kids, and I love it that they're here trying to make themselves better.
That's great. Coach, we appreciate your time. Just all the best and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.